administration, the faculty members, our dear parents, fellow students, and the graduates. A beautiful morning to everyone. It is with my utmost pride and jubilation to welcome all of you to the celebration of a milestone of the class of 2023. Yes, we have finally made it through another year here at the Children's Guild. This year, we've embarked on many remarkable moments, including student-led output during our Black History Month event, our Hollywood-themed prom, and our most recent Carnival Day. And adding to the role of all these unforgettable moments is a feat for me to showcase the premiere of my own film here in the school for my fellow students and crafted carefully for the past 3 years with my fellow students. None of this could have been possible without our amazing school faculty and staff, especially to our principal, Ms. Davis. With that, let us give a round of applause to them. Our lives are similar to the production of a film. My life has been a unique movie of its own. As cliche as it may sound, we are the directors of our own lives, and the people surrounding us are the actors and the crew of this film. The storyline is composed of the good and the bad memories that we made together, including the actions, the trials, and the challenges, and how we solve and respond to these scenes. The script is the everyday conversations we make an impact and change the course of our lives. And for us, the main cast of our own movies, our lives. And for us, the main cast of our own movies, our lives. Some will continue their journey in high school, and others will start a new chapter in their lives. Either it's college, finding a job, or getting a jump start on a career they wish to pursue. As the directors of our own lives, we have the responsibility to control and make important choices that will determine the future. And as the main character in my film reminds us, please don't cringe, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Allow me to reminisce about the moments and people who formed my precepts as I stand in front of everyone. When I first came to the Guild in 2018, it was a challenging time for me, coming to a new school, meeting new people, interacting with students with unique backgrounds, and a school culture that was totally different from where I studied before. It was a hard journey, I must admit, with a lot of obstacles to overcome. Originally, I came from a public school, which is way bigger than this school, and different in the sense that it is more susceptible to the issues of bullying and fitting in. My narrative was filled with issues such as major adjustments, interacting with new faces, which became my major curveballs as I entered this school. At first, I was not used to these challenges, but over time, it is humbling and humanizing to form connections with new people and to find my second family. During that time, I felt like an outcast from past experiences. To be particular, Mr. Achike was my first teacher here at the Children's Guild, and being a part of his class was a gift that I will never forget. And sadly, I am leaving behind a lot of friends, good friends that I made this year. The first precept that this school has taught me is to focus on building myself and mastering the act of forgiveness and acceptance, especially to the people and memories that broke me, but inspired me to become more empathetic, more mature, and led to the better version of myself. 4 years ago, in this very same venue, I graduated from 8th grade and transitioned to high school. I felt anxious and uncertain since I was leaving some of my newly met friends and the thought of not being with them every day. In high school, it wasn't like the typical experience that I thought of before compared to public high school. And the big plot twist, I was surprised to meet a lot of more incredible people who have shaped and influenced me to the person that I am today. Zooming in, I want to thank, even though this person is not here, I want to thank Mr. Gregorio. He was my first teacher when I began high school. His funny, charismatic, and confident personality has inspired me to be a more confident and more outgoing Miguel. My second precept that I learned this year is that changes and adjustments are inevitable, but it leads to a better perception of life. Let us brace ourselves to changes and transitions in our lives. Fast forward to 2020, I remember it like it was yesterday when COVID came and our lives were changed. True enough, our school was affected, but this batch experienced the unexpected, and everyone was stressed, worried, and uncertain about our future. We never knew what this face-to-face graduation would even be possible during that time, and even last year. In my memory, it was like a zombie apocalypse film, and it was a matter of survival to the point where people fought against each other for toilet paper. In school context, the only way we could communicate to each other with our peers was behind a screen. It's crazy to think that that was 3 years ago. It was a hard time for students and their families, but most importantly, the teachers. Working from behind the screen, teaching students what is meant to be in person has to be the hardest thing they could overcome, especially teaching in the special education system. So let's give a round of applause for the past and present teachers here at the Children's Guild. My third precept that I learned in this situation is to be hopeful during times of uncertainty, and it made me think more about others, to be more considerate when everyone is experiencing the worst of everything. Kindness creates a ripple effect of love in others' hearts, and in return has the ability to make others kind to one another. At this point, I would like to take this opportunity to thank a couple of people who have changed and influenced me into the person that I am today. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't first thank my parents and my family for always being there since the first day. They are my biggest supporters. They are the reason that I follow and pursue my dreams, and they are the reason for my existence and why I all do pursue in life. I also want to thank our principal, Ms. Davis, and the administration for your amazing support and encouraging me to keep pursuing my dreams, even when there are hurdles along the way. I also want to thank the Student Council. I've been a member of the council since 11th grade and has worked as vice president this year. It is my pride and honor to work alongside a lot of great, hardworking individuals for our fellow students, our projects that we have championed, such as our school store, and by supporting our teachers for the success of the events in our school. Teamwork indeed makes the dream work. Shout out to Ms. Johnson and my teammates, Antoine Wingo, Kiana, Antoine Baxter, and the rest of the team. Thank you for your passion and dedication. I then want to thank my homeroom teacher of this year, Mr. Cruz. He has a courageous and unique and bright personality that is presented every day, even in his lowest moments. His hard work has contributed to our class and the guild, and I'll miss his amazing spirit and the memories we've made when I leave here. So thank you, Mr. Cruz. Thank you to also our class teacher assistant, Mr. Grant. His presence in our class gives us joy, hope, happiness, and acceptance. I'll miss him when I leave here and all the moments we've had this year. So thank you, Mr. Grant. Lastly, I want to thank this person who has inspired me so much to believe in myself and continue my craft as an inspiring director. To Mr. Collins, it was only 2 years ago that you showed me one of your screenplays that you were writing that I still have in my room today. Getting to know so much from you about film, photography, writing, and directing has truly been a blessing. I will use the wisdom and knowledge that you have taught me further into my journey as a director, and hopefully in the future, you can walk the red carpet to the premiere of my first movie. The future is bright for this future director. And for my fellow graduates, don't be sad that the year is over, but be glad it happened. Be proud of the accomplishments you made this year and the challenges you've had to face. This is not the end, but only the beginning. The start of a new chapter of our lives. Wherever you go from here, as my 12th grade classroom of the precepts would always remind us, remember to persevere, to shift your perspectives, and to always be a part of the community. Here's to a brighter future ahead of us. And this is your student director, Miguel Archer, saying cut. my life at the Children's Guild. And lights, camera, and action for the next chapter of my life. Thank you very much, and have a great morning of festivities to everyone.